In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to achieve a poreless, flawless makeup look. This is especially a problem for people that were not blessed with perfect skin. As you can see, I have large pores, I have blemishes, I have oily skin, and I'm gonna show you how I get rid of all of that to achieve a perfect look. I always begin by applying moisturizer to my skin. I use one that has oil control base since I have oily skin. Next, and one of the most important steps is applying primer. This is going to achieve two things. It's going to give your makeup longevity, and it is also going to create a film-like layer over your pores. It's going to get in your pores, so it's going to make them less apparent. Okay, next is time to color match. And for that, I'm going to use a concealer that is similar in color to the foundation that I'm going to use. And this is very important, especially when you're trying to cover dark circles. It has to be on the same color as your foundation, otherwise you will only make them more prominent. I'm also using this concealer for my blemishes, to cover any blemishes, any redness, and whatever uneven skin tone. I use a flat brush, and then I'm going to use my fingers to tap lightly so that I can even out and evenly diffuse the concealer, so that when I apply the foundation, everything looks nice and even. Concealers are very thick, they're highly pigmented, and they're water resistant, so that if your foundation were to smudge a little or wear out throughout the day, your blemishes will remain concealed. They will not show because you have covered them. That's why this step is very important, especially if you don't have perfect skin, which is my case. I make sure that I conceal all of those hyperpigmented areas and all those blemishes. Next, it's time to apply foundation, and my favorite is the Mineral Touch Liquid Foundation by Unique. It applies on liquid and it dries to a powdery matte finish. So the first layer of foundation that we're going to apply is going to be very light, very thin, and we're going to use downward strokes, as you can see, because we don't want to raise any tiny little microscopic hairs that you may have, because they will only create bumps. That's why I'm using downward strokes. So for this first layer, I don't want you to focus too much on achieving 100% coverage. What we're trying to do here first is just to even out our skin tone, and that's it. Remember, we're focusing on achieving a flawless look. So if you have large pores like myself, using a stippling brush, apply a little bit of foundation in circular motion, focusing on those problem areas. Doing this is going to completely saturate those pores, making them less visible. After that first layer of makeup, I want you to wait and do something else. In my case, I did my eyebrows, and I let that first layer of foundation dry. And now I'm ready to apply the next layer of foundation. During this second layer, I want you to focus on those areas that you still see that need a little bit of extra coverage. The reason why we waited is because we wanted to let that first layer dry a little bit, and it also creates a bit of a tacky environment, so it's sticky, And now this next layer is going to really adhere. It's going to really stick, and it's going to give you that full coverage that you want to achieve. It's going to make your skin tone look even. It's going to give you that perfect flawless look that we want. Okay, after you apply this second layer of foundation, I want you to let it dry, do something else to your eyeshadow or your mascara. Once you have let that dry, we're gonna use a color concealer on the same color of the foundation you're using, and you're going to saturate a sponge completely with your powder concealer. Once it's completely saturated with that powder concealer, I want you to tap off all the excess, remove all the excess. And once you have that sponge completely saturated, you're going to press down firmly all over your skin to seal in all your makeup. This is going to completely seal your makeup in place. It is not going to move. Make sure you don't rub it off. You don't rub it sideways. You have to press in and down. That is going to seal your pores. That is going to seal your makeup in your pores, and it's going to give you that flawless, that poreless, that professional makeup look that you want to achieve. Now, this is of course for people that don't have perfect skin. If you do, you may not need all of these steps. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of color, and because I don't want to disturb my makeup, I'm using a powder bronzer. So don't rub it off. Just tap and apply it into place. And I'm gonna apply it on my forehead, and I'm gonna apply it over my cheekbones, my jaw, and a little bit over my nose, so that I add a little bit of color to my makeup look. I hope you enjoy watching. Go ahead and use your newly acquired techniques to apply a perfect look. And if you have any questions, or if you want more info on the products that I use, let me know. And thank you for watching.